ready to go. I'm actually creating a party right now. So if anybody is willing or want to get down, talk some Madden with me, talk football, talk some shit. You know what I'm saying? Just hop on. You know what I'm saying? Holla at me. Love to get down with you. First off, we're gonna just do some review of a couple things. Now I'm actually in the middle of posting the podcast on the page, so just give me a second. But again, if you don't know me, obviously I'm Nate, the owner of the Houston Texans, the 4-0 Houston Texans, by the way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shout outs that we pretty much gonna do on here, shouting out some guys with some really good records, and taking a look at some of the past games. Again, if you want to get on, damn sure, just hit me up. Like I said, I got a party going on PS4. My chat, my gamer tag, DATROOF337. I think pretty much the league has been going pretty good so far. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we've been advancing pretty much on schedule. We got a couple early advances in. Definitely want to kind of publicly apologize to Bruce with that shenanigan, or just, not necessarily shenanigan, but just a mistake. It's not a big deal, but it's a big deal for him. You know what I'm saying? He ended up losing the game behind it. But definitely, give me just a moment. Sorry to keep trying to buy time, but I'm just posting the chat, posting it right now. So feel free to hit me up, be a part of it. First, I guess we're gonna check out some of the standings right now, see who's who and what's what in both conferences. Looking at the and look at me going in the wrong spot, but my division looks pretty strong at the top. Jesse, 3-1. He had lost to me the first game and won the last 3. But as far as the NFL, 3 undefeated remain. Texans, Falcons, Raiders, all coached by former Super Bowl champions. As far as that, I mean, it's gonna be a dogfight in both conferences. I'm pretty sure. I got a big one this week. With the Chiefs. I'm not sure if it's home or away, but definitely looking forward to that game. Just to see where I'm at, playing one of the better players in the league. Starting with the AFC, obviously the 2 undefeateds at the top, myself and Gabriel at the top here. Gabriel's playing some really good defense. He's got, as far as points for, he's putting up a lot of points. Looks like, if I'm not mistaken, the most points in the conference, and holding teams to 32 points, which is the second least. That's pretty impressive, I think. Shout out to Gabriel on that. The Browns surprised me. Now, see, that's the rough part. Because of that sim, he would have been 2-2, but because it was we definitely take full responsibility for that as an admin team, not single out one person, but it was just some miscommunication. And I'll take most of the blame for that, because I was actually going to log on in advance and give out the 4 swings that need to be given out, but ended up not going that way. But it's 3-1 for right now. The Chiefs at 3-1, Jaguars at 3-1. Broncos, Dolphins, and Steelers, all these teams are kind of still in it. And, unfortunately, my man's had that mishap. But, we're going to just try to move past that. Sorry again, Bruce. If there's anything we can try to do to kind of rectify, we'll definitely do that. The Bills, 1-3, and then looking at a couple winless teams, and got a couple teams with 1 win on here. The inside is a little bit more competitive at the moment, but obviously the top team in the conference at the moment, followed by the Vikings. I'd really like to see who the Vikings lost to. I don't even remember that man taking that loss, because typically to let me know about who he took a L to. But he's right up there, him and the Rams. Shout out to Ben. Just got out of the hospital or whatever. prayers up for that man. And shout out to Roderick. I know them boys going through it down there with that storm. So definitely, bro, if anything we can do to help out in that situation, you know what I'm saying? We definitely looking forward to doing something like that for you. Dorian Edwards with the Panthers. I kind of figured he'd be pretty good. I played in another league with him. He was pretty solid. So, you know, he's sitting all pretty legit guys at the top of this NFC right here. Two, Nate Williams, Jalen Hargraves. I see you, boy. 2-2. The Cowboys, Scott. I think Scott started 0-2 and is on a 2-game win streak at the moment. So shout out. You know what I'm saying? But the Packers 2-2. Cardinals 2-2. The Seahawks obviously, and 3 teams: Redskins, Bears, and 49ers all 1-3. Saints are the only winless team at 0-4. I don't like seeing that shit at all for obvious reasons. But, you know, tomorrow he'll be back. I think my man wasn't able to play all those games, so you never know. But just as far as the standings, man, the dominant teams are being dominant. A lot of the same guys. I want to see a little bit more parity, but shit, we can't win the games for you. You got to go out there and do it yourself. But, just take a look at some of the stats. Just starting at the top here. Right now, with my boy Tyrod Taylor is a fucking interception machine. I've never seen anything like this in my life. 27 interceptions, and we played 4 games. Joe Flacco with 21. Eli with 19, Andy Dalton with 18, 16 for Dak Prescott, 14 for Russell Wilson, 14 for Tom Brady, 12 for Deshaun Kaiser. Jesus Christ, man. There's some really bad football being played throughout the league. Blake Bortles in his new home, though. I'm interested to see how Denver adjusted to having all those new guys on his team. He put off a big blockbuster trade like a week or 2 ago or whatever. Let's just look at some of the better quarterbacks in the league. 10 touchdowns, tied at the top. Russell Wilson, who actually is leading the league in touchdowns and one amongst the league leaders in interceptions. That's new, but hey, shout out to Deshaun Watson. Needing a quarterback. I'm excited about that dude. Yardage wise, obviously the Bills like to air it out, judging by the number of interceptions and the number of attempts. There's a lot of guys here with over 100 attempts. Like, I don't know if I'd reached that point yet. I was getting close, but a lot of people, a few teams over 120 attempts passing, so it's not really a running league. Shout out to Kaepernick up here, my homeboy. Completion percentage, pretty important stat, obviously. Being efficient, being able to find open people. The Dolphins there, Ryan Tannehill, don't know if he start. You gotta be starting. That's a lot. Only 36 attempts. He's probably not his starter. I don't know. I'd have to check, but pretty high completion percentage for 22%. Aaron Rodgers is 69, doing just Aaron Rodgers type stuff. I believe he hurt though. Matt Ryan is 68%, just really, really efficient. Deshaun Watson, obviously, right there, 68%. That's pretty good quarterback stats. Typically, in the real NFL, they look at anything over 60% is pretty good. Cam Newton here, like from Cam Newton on up. I see you, Jay Cutler. But Cam Newton on up looks like got a good percentage of the league that has, a good, nice chunk of the league that has some efficient quarterback numbers. Let me take a look. Running backs, beast mode all day. Looks like Gabriel's really putting that boy to work up there. He's amongst the league leaders in carries, and he has the yardage too. 632 leading the league. Obviously, David Johnson. A lot of that shit came in one game, to be honest with you. But freakish numbers for the dude. He's almost averaging 10 yards a run. Spencer Ware, Isaiah Crowell. Some of the backs you're not probably used to seeing at the top. I mean, LeGarrette Blount in real life I think he led the league last year in like rushing or whatever. So I mean, that's kind of a familiar face. Devontae Freeman, Tevin Coleman. It's crazy. Big trade. And somebody had both of these guys on the same team at one point. I can see. A lot of good backs in here. A lot of positive rushing totals. So yeah, keep chugging that rock, fellas. Tariq Cohen at 63. Excuse me. New faces and new places. I would think Zeke would have been higher, but I guess Scott being a little bit more pass oriented with Dak over there. Receiving wise, just looking at these boys. Shocking name at the top, Marvin Jones. I see you, man. 21 catches on the season, 229 and 1 TD. Not doing a whole lot touchdown wise, but he's 21 catches. That's some possession receiver type stuff. Jordan Matthews leading the league in receptions by over 200 yards. Obviously, because they throw the ball a million times and they throw a quadrillion interception. So I mean that doesn't shock, but he still has pretty good numbers. 34 yards per reception. That's deep ball numbers right there. So he must be getting back there. 5 touchdowns on the season. I want to see if he lead. Yeah, he leads the league in touchdowns, yardage, average yards per catch, and touchdowns. Like I'm saying, he leads in average yards per catch because I wouldn't count these guys. They don't have the total number. Antonio Brown, Jarvis Landry, go Tigers. Cole Beasley, that's a shocker. Cole Beasley. Thought he would have definitely been a lot higher, but I see you, Bruce. Curtis Samuel, just checking out some of these dudes. A lot of the usual suspects, not a lot of shocks here. Yeah, just looking at that. I definitely don't need to look at no blocking stats, but just looking at some of the key stats here. Tackles for loss, I would probably say. We got Elvis Domerville, 7 tackles for loss. Now keep in mind, for whatever reason, Jadeveon Clowney is not showing up. Okay, he's showing up now. The other day, he just didn't show up when I was looking on here for statistics the other day. But that man had, like 5 sacks the other day when I played with him. He's had a monster game, though. It's just crazy. And shout out to Cameron Wake, the league leader in sacks. Brandon Graham and Daniil Hunter both 7, coming up in close second. Carlos Dunlap and Clowney, Von Miller. These are just, this looks like the NFL list. I could just see this actually being the list for an NFL team, for an NFL season, kind of in this order. But just one moment. Yep, that's my phone, but we're gonna ignore that for right now. Yeah, pretty much all the same people that you would see on a regular NFL statistics list. Micah Hyde leading in interceptions. Micah Hyde played for the Packers last year or something to that extent. Over with the Bills, and my man putting them to good use. What's that, my man name? Aaron Rodgers. Literally, Aaron piffed out Rodgers. That's a dope name. Adrian Amos. TM doing this thing with the free safety. That's typically been his hallmark since I've been playing him in Madden. Taking these free safeties and kind of elevating them, even though they a lot of times don't be really good overalls. Let me check on him. Yeah, like this dude's an 81 overall. He's freakishly fast, so he's producing those picks with that dude. Morgan Burnett. I don't even know who the fuck Jamal Carter is, to be completely honest with you. It's all about the U, though. The man got 5 picks and making a name for himself, I guess. Sean Davis, Alec Ogletree. Yeah, lots of free safeties and linebackers on here. Not a whole lot of corners at the very top. Top 5 are those, the top 6, 7, 8, 9. So the top 9 players in the league, cornerbacks. You have to go that far down to see a cornerback as far as like league leading in interceptions. Crazy. So, a lot of usering, I would assume. Typically, those people aren't going to use the corner. They use it a free safety or the linebacker. So, pretty big season though for a lot of no-name guys. It's crazy. So it's gonna be crazy to see how that XP look at the end of the year, because this is a lot of, I guess you could say Alec Ogletree's a pretty big name, but a lot of these other dudes, man, Amos, Hyde, Burnett, y'all boys just making plays out there with the users. So shout out to the league for getting their user skills up for real. I guess this is he got torch portion of the 12 catches allowed and things like that. This thing's never right though. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've never really seen that they, actually work. Like, 'cause this, I don't know. Every time I come in here, like, I'll watch a game, I'll play the game, and I'll check, and the catches allowed, and it always says 0 for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know for a fact that these corners give up catches or players give up catches on my team, but it's crazy. Whenever I check it, I don't ever really see anything. I haven't checked it this year, so I guess they fixed it. Forced fumbles, I'm bringing those hit sticks. Shout out to Cam Jordan. A cornerback, number 2 in the league. Big hitting corners, I guess. Yeah. And let's check out the defensive TDs. Who's really scoring touchdowns out here? Shout out to Alec Ogletree. I see you, Ben. I don't want to mispronounce your last name, but shout out to you, Ben, because you clown. 3 defensive touchdowns with this man. He only has 4 interceptions, and he doesn't have any forced fumbles. So that man has 3 pick sixes on the year out of 4 interceptions. That boy a problem. Luke Kuechly with 2 picks. 2 defensive touchdowns. Same with Micah Hyde, 2 defensive touchdowns. And that man there is making a name for himself. I hope he ain't got no contract year coming up, because my man gonna have to break bread, keep him around. See, this is another thing I know. Okay. Alright, never mind. Yeah, I guess that's pretty all we can go with the stats. Let's go and check out some of the players of the week. Again, man, hit me up on here. Hit me up on the post if you're trying to just jump in, talk some shit. You got some games you want to talk about. You got something you want to get off your chest in the league. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to hop on here with me. Just looking back at the past players of the week. This being the first episode, I didn't want to do anything last week because we had just started the league on Monday. I didn't want to do a show on Tuesday. It really wasn't even a whole lot of games played, to be honest with you. So just looking at the top performers starting from week 1. Cam Newton, 11 for 20, 244, and 3 touchdowns. For week 1 NFC Player of the Week. Week 1 NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie with 8 tackles and 3 interceptions. That's nuts. Jordan Matthews, 6 catches, 204 yards, and 1 TD. That's probably where he got the majority of that 500 yards. That big game in week 1 kind of lifted him up. Give me 1 second here. Okay, and Marcus May, rookie strong safety, or is he a free safety? Is either him or Jamal? Free safety, excuse me. It's right there. I can't see today. 10 tackles, 2 picks, 1 touchdown. Pretty good week for a rookie. I'm sure he got some pretty good XP for that too. Devontae Freeman with the huge game, 8 carries, 165. Which one of you dudes let this man run for 165 yards on 8 carries? I don't know, man, that's beyond me. I can't understand it. 4 TDs, 5 receptions, 660 receiving yards. That's crazy. That's probably game of the year. Like, I ain't never seen no person put up no numbers like that. That's stupid. Kurt Coleman, 3 tackles, 3 picks, 1 for 6 there. Jordan Matthews, 7 receptions, 212, and 30. And man, this man was doing this every week with that dude, huh? Harmon, Deron Harmon, I think that's his name. 4 tackles, 1 sack, 3 interceptions. Pretty good week for him. Russell Wilson, in week 3, NFC Offensive Player of the Week, 22 of 30, 279, 4 TDs. I don't even know why they would put that he got sacked once up there. That's like some hater shit. I don't understand it. Like, you tell it, look how good he did, but he got sacked 1 time. I don't understand that though. But Michael Kendricks, 1 tackle, 4 interceptions, 1 TD. Y'all boys be going so dumb with these picks. It's crazy. Isaiah Crowell, Jesus Christ, 20 carries, 251, 2 TDs, 3 receptions, 44 yards. Sean Davis, 6 tackles, 4 interceptions, 1 TD. And week 4, last week, David Johnson, obviously, breaks an NFL record. 23 carries, 310. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, a little controversy behind those statistics. But, you know, you put them up. 310, that's crazy on the user. 3 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 TD for Mike Adams. Le'Veon Bell, 24 carries, 183 rush yards, and 4 TDs. And of course, Jadeveon Clowney, dude, like, he was unblockable that game. He also had a forced fumble, I want to say, either a forced fumble or a fumble recovery. It was, someone else forced it. He recovered it, but that was pretty dope. Had a pretty huge game for me, man. He was unblockable for a good portion of that game. But, looking forward to this week and seeing. Let's take a look at some of the big matchups here. And I guess I'll go ahead and just predict a few of these games, man, just amongst the league. But, okay, Patriots and Buccaneers. I haven't even seen the Patriots play. He's on our schedule, man, but I had enough simming it, so I hadn't seen him play. So I'll probably go with the known commodity and say Roger gonna pull that one off. You got the Bills and the Bengals. I'm definitely rooting for Bruce because I would hate to see that man at 1-4, especially off the way he lost his last game, bro. But but I definitely think he'll pull it. I mean, my man has 27 interceptions on the year. Like, it's hard for me to pick you if you throwing picks at that kind of rate. Like, you literally on pace to throw 100 interceptions in one season. Like, that's crazy. the Jets and the Browns. I'm gonna pick the upset. I'm gonna say the Jets on this one. You know what I'm saying? Just to energize that matchup. Let's check on that one. The Panthers and Lions. I'm gonna go Panthers on this one. I'm gonna stick with the Panthers. I think the Lions were like 2-2. Panthers 3-1. I'm gonna stick with the Panthers there. The 49ers and the Colts. I'm gonna stick with Larry on that one. Sorry, Denver. Denver was the former co-host. But yeah, sorry about that, bro. But I think Larry will pull that one out. Tennessee and the Dolphins. You know what, bro? Tracy has been in the league since pretty much it started. I don't think I've ever played him or I've ever seen him play, to be completely honest with you, man. And my phone continues to ring. But I'm going to go with Deshaun, man. I'm going to be a little biased here. He's in my division. I want to see him get off the snide. You know what I'm saying? I'll pick Deshaun in the game. The Chargers and Giants. I think, shout out to Jalen, man. He kind of been chugging along in the league. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get us one to the Chargers, man. I think he's going to end up pulling it out. The Eagles and Cardinals. This is a matchup I'm looking forward to, man. The Eagles have made some noise to me since he's been in the league. You know, big win his first game, you know, beating one of the better players in the league. And, you know, he got another, you know, mainstay in the playoffs in the NFC that he got to see this week. So it should be fun to watch. Now, granted, there's no David Johnson. And that's what's going to sway my decision. So I'm going to pick the Eagles to win this one. So, yeah, I'm going to go Eagles on this one. Just off the strength that his opponent won't have his best player. The Jaguars and the Steelers. 3-1 versus what? I don't know what Juice's record was, but I'm going to go with Jesse on this one, man. He's on the road. 3-game win streak. Leonard Fournette. You know what I'm saying? He has Andrew Luck now. It's going to be hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with the Jags. But I think that could be a sneaky good game. So I really want to see that stream, man. Y'all post that one for sure. Seahawks and Rams. Big game for Ben. You know, division game. He's 3-1 at the moment. You know, anything can always happen with these Seahawks. So that's a really, really, really good Madden team. So you never know with that. The Ravens. Well, hold on. I didn't even predict the winner. I'll go with the 3-1. I'm going to stick with Ben. You know what I'm saying? He's been winning. He's on top right now. I'm going to just pick the underdog in this one because anytime you play that team, unless you come in with another really good team, you're the underdog. You know what I'm saying? Because they so loaded. But the Ravens and Raiders, I'm going to stick with Gabriel. He's still undefeated. He stays undefeated. Should pull that victory out. I think he'll get the dub. But, you know, Casey could surprise him. So you never know. But I'll definitely go with, if you put a gun to my head, I'll pick Gabriel. Scott and the Packers. See, I saw the Packers. He took one on the chin last week. And shout out to him. You know, no pouting on him. You know, took his loss and kind of moved on. But shout out to Noah on that one. But if I had to... It's tough, man, because Scott on the roll. But I've also seen Noah win. I watched the stream where I thought Noah was pretty good. I thought he played a pretty good game. So I'm gonna go ahead and say the Packers pull this one off. I think they get the upset, and it kind of catapults them into a nice little streak. So I'm not gonna pick the game, obviously, for just not giving my opponent too much bulletin board material, because I'm not going to pick my opponent to beat me. So that's why I'm not going to pick my game. I guess I did pick my game then, right, by saying that. But, yeah, we focus. We ready to go. That's all I'm saying about that. Vikings and Bears. I'm going to say it looks like they already started. So tune in, after the podcast. It looks like the Vikings and Bears have kicked off. He's without his best receiver, so it's gonna be tough for him. There's some rules violations we had to kind of clean up, but we'll see. Just check it out. But I'll go ahead and pick the Vikings. I think the Vikings will pull this one off, but it wouldn't shock me if TM actually won this game. So It would not shock me at all. But I think it's actually coming to a close. I'm gonna go ahead and log into the stream now. I heard somebody just texted me and said that it was close, or getting over with. Let me check that out. Oh, this is so I guess I'm eating my words because TM is stomping a mud hole in Terrence Blair right now. It is 47-14, Chicago. And that man's on a mission. He set out his receiver and really stuck it to him. I ain't mad at him. But really, really, really big win for him. That's a division win. And that man was what? If I'm not mistaken, Terrence is 3-1. So that's a really big win. It's pretty cool though. Little parody. I don't mind being wrong in that. But yeah. Alright, well, I guess we're going to wrap it up. I didn't get anything back from anybody saying they wanted to come through, but you could always step in here next week. Always step in here next week. I'm going to be pretty consistent with the show. Sorry, not a lot of content or structured content here. We're definitely going to get improved on that and try to get you guys more content. Keep the page popping, posting on streams. It's not always just for rules violations, but just for entertainment. It keeps the league kind of popping when, there's something to watch. Like if I'm not playing my game, I'm sitting in my car, or, doing whatever, I can watch a portion of y'all's game, while it's going on. I think that's pretty cool. But, till next time, man, y'all, hold it down, keep playing the right way. Admins are always available here if you need us. Looking forward to the rest of the year. Y'all take it easy.